Hey guys, Luke here, the Offensive Yak, and thank you for joining me. Today we are playing more Surviving Mars, checking out their new trains and updates, and doing a pretty horrible job of actually managing our colony. They have almost died multiple times. I keep trying to starve them. Picking up where we all left off last time, looks like we have gone ahead and made that train. I am going to assign it to the track. So now there will be 2 trains on the track. It looks like, it says trains available there. Okay. Now, I believe there is a way somewhere to, depot management. Okay. So it looks like I've got 2 trains. I could technically have up to 6. Wow, that's pretty crazy there. I actually do want depot management open. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, pause, because I want to click on this train. Doesn't look like you can actually click on the train. Oh, yes, I can. Here it is. Okay. So I want this one to transport fluids, I think, which would include oxygen and water, so that I have some oxygen available at the other location. I think that's something that I want. And I think I'm going to try bringing my desired amount to just like 25. Okay, here. So it's going to balance water and oxygen between the stations. Okay, and it's going to not send any metals via train at this station. And then if I go out over to my other station, this should be set so that it sends all the metals by train. It will balance water and oxygen. Okay. And let's just kind of see what happens with that, see if that helps. I still have no idea why those people suffocated up here. I've yet to figure that out. Looks like we do have tons of people working here, though, now, which is awesome. It's one of the reasons that our metals are actually doing okay. And train coming in. Train going out. I'd like to wait for the next train, because the next train should be the one with the fluids. It is the one with the fluids, but it didn't have any. Interesting, interesting, interesting. That looks like it still doesn't have any.
Research complete.
Hey, farm automation done. Awesome. That should help us get better yields on our crops without having to devote extra people to them, which is great. Now, one thing I'm noticing is that it's not sending the metals out. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, we're not going to allow water to be stored there. We are going to allow oxygen. We don't care about water. We want desired amounts. 0. Okay. And let's just see what happens with that. Yeah, I'm still learning how these trains work. For some reason, water seems to be getting to the trains. I'm guessing drones are bringing water over, but not oxygen. Not quite sure. Or it's that the tank has to be in range? Yes, okay. So it's because there's not an oxygen tank in range. Let's put an oxygen tank in range and see what happens. I'll just put an oxygen tank right here. And we'll just see what happens. I mean, I could always use another oxygen tank. Let's see if there's any more missions we want to send our thing on. Not at the moment, so it's just gonna sit here for now. Okay. Oxygen tank's built. And it is filling. And this is taking it. Okay. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So the oxygen tank has to be in range of this. And so we're going to fill it up with some oxygen, and then I don't know if this thing's going to get oxygen or not. If I put my desired amount up high, I wonder what'll happen. Let's try it. See what happens. And I'll just give it a second. I do also want to check on my tech here. Looks like we're working on resilient architecture, and then sustainable architecture, and then water reclamation, which is good. Some of the new things we got. Water consumption of domes decreased by 50%. That's huge. Half as much water being used. That means we're going to be able to use a lot more water for things like fuel and whatnot. I also do want to go ahead and check out the fusion reactor. Okay, are we going to get oxygen? I'm pretty sure this is the train that can carry oxygen. Yes, it is. Why it's not? I don't know. It says there's 30 oxygen here, which 32.7, 32.7. It seems to just be reading what's in this tank. So I don't know how you get the oxygen to here. Can we pipe it in? Ooh, we might be able to pipe it in. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get pipes to connect, though. I may have to go ahead and get rid of this metals deposit. Can't go that way. Can I go that way? But see, that's just connecting the water guys together. That's not connecting to the train station at all. Toggle pulling this resource from nearby grids to the tanks in range. Is it because there's no tanks up here? I bet it is. Okay, so if I put an oxygen tank up here in range, I bet that might have something to do with it. Okay. Yes, okay. So now it can store 150 oxygen up here. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but okay, Cyber War just decided to start on its own. I was about to click it in a minute. Our cybersecurity team has taken advantage of a gaping hole within one of our rivals' network defenses. Because they deduced the window of opportunity was sure to close fast, they inserted a Trojan horse to look around and try to hinder whatever operations they could. While looking for a system weakness, our hackers stumbled upon very salacious information, which is sure to do serious PR damage to the colony of India. Sharing the information will also make it quite hard to deny running spies on Mars, as on our part. So, option 1, no need, just hinder their production. The rival loses resources. Well, that doesn't really help me much, because I've been asking for those resources. Option 2, share the story with Earth. Rival colony loses colonists and monies, but we lose standing with all the rivals. Again, I've been using that standing. Warn them. This could be embarrassing for all of us. Gain standing with India. Or anyone up for some good old blackmailing. Gain 1,000 money, or 1 billion money, and lose standing with India. Well, let's see. We might be needing some more stuff here soonish. My food consumption is up to like 16, and so, yeah, we might need... Although, we're doing okay on most of our resources. Just our food. I might not need food from all of them. And some money would be nice. So, I think I'm going to blackmail them. Because, yeah, we're just gonna go with that. We're going to blackmail them. So, it looks like we are getting some oxygen. I have no idea if that was the problem and why those people suffocated. But if it was, then hopefully we've fixed that. And so, yeah, we'll see as time goes on. India's no longer... Yep, of course they're not, because I just blackmailed them, you know. It is what it is. Okay, make sure there's nothing planetary I want to do. Doesn't look like it. Now, I could start doing some covert ops. So it looks like I have very bad standing with the colony of India. Being that it is negative standing. So I wonder, if I were to contact them and request resources... Haha, I knew you'd come crying to me, but you must be a fool to expect we'd help you. End transmission, lose 10 standing. So now it's really, really bad. That's all right. I have okay standing with both of these guys for now. So it looks like Russia won't be able to help me with food. They're actually hurting on food a little bit here. Especially with 48 colonists and only 7 food. But Brazil has all the food. At 800 food. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think we'll have to ask Brazil for food if we need food in the future. We do have 100 food currently, and it looks like 6 more souls, which would be about 100 food. It's gonna be tight. I am going to upgrade this farm. Yes, it costs electronics. I'm not actually all that worried about that, though. And it should... I think it'll cut it down to where I only need 3 people. We'll find out. Looks like they're bringing the electronics from over here. And apparently I have some drones that got destroyed. Not sure how or by what. Okay, back to this. Looks like it is upgraded. 4 people. is now enough to get max harvest. Okay, not bad. Actually, not bad at all. I would love to be able to cut down on our food usage, but I don't really think that's possible. How's our comfort? It's not great. Yeah, We're still making 3 polymers. I am going to go ahead and open this up for 1 shift. And we're going to see what that does to our polymer consumption. I could potentially open this up for some more workers at the polymer factory. We'll see. So one of the next things I want to do, I actually want to bring in another ship of people. What I'm doing is I want to wait until our food situation's a little more sustained, though. And then I want to bring in a whole bunch of people because I want to get some things like nuclear fusion going so that we've got all the power. But that requires workers. And I also want to branch out and get some more metal extractors going. Maybe some... another rare metal extractor. You know, I want to branch out a little bit more. I would like to get the Martian University going, the schools and the nurseries and all of that stuff going. So yes, now one of the things we're gonna have to do here very soon, because if I look down here at our morale, we have 2 renegades. We are starting to get renegades. So I'm gonna have to put in a security station or tower. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. So yeah. So the security station takes 3 slots. The security post only takes 1 slot. Yeah, we're just going to put in the post for now. And see what we can do. Track is in need of repairs. Of course it is. But it looks like they're fixing it. Not a problem. So they are in range. Good. Okay. And I think, I don't know, but I think that the drones only have to technically be in range of the stations. But we'll find out as time goes on. So again, how are we doing on crops? We are getting a good harvest coming up in 5 souls. Okay. Yep, looks like our security post. Good. I wonder, so the upgrade is +1 capacity. I don't even know what the capacity is right now. So, yeah, we're gonna hold off on upgrading. I'd rather not spend our metals as is. Okay, where's this guy? Oh, good, he finally got fixed. Okay, let's go ahead and get him up and about then. The Explorer. I want to queue the tasks. It's shift clicking. Click, 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 and click. And then he can come up here and get those, and then this one, and this one. Alright, cool. So he should just go off exploring for a bit now, and I think this is the one that's over there with him. I would like him to run this way. Away from the Dust Devil. Don't you dare come after my drone. Stupid Dust Devils. Alright, go ahead and come on back home here, drone. You don't need to be out there. The Explorer can do the dangerous stuff. We'll order a new one if we have to. Let's take a look in the underground. Looks like we do have something. Cave in. There was a Mars quake. Yeah, okay, that's fine. One of the reasons that I haven't really done too much exploring out here yet. But let's go ahead and do it. Let's go up this way. I don't have the ability to place lights yet. But that's okay. Anomaly. All right. We'll have him explore that, and we're going to go back upstairs. Okay. Leak detected. Did they already fix it? They fixed it. Good job. All right. Okay, how are we on power? We are still producing plenty. Good, okay. So, farms, looks like, yes, okay, it's even going up even higher. So, optimal harvest is 88, but it looks like current predicted harvest is going to be 102, and that's because I have 4 botanists working on this. And that botanist morale is 0. That is not great. And their worker performance is very good. The soil quality is excellent, and we have the farm automation, so we are going to get great yields out of this now, which is awesome. Now, it looks like our outsourcing is over, so I'm going to outsource again, another 5,000. That should pretty much finish up resilient architecture and get us into sustainable architecture a bit. And water reclamation is going to help a lot. So will the water conservation system. And then nuclear fusion. So, breakthrough discovered. Service bots, non-medical service buildings. Upgrade. Service buildings no longer require workers and operate at 100 performance. What? What? That is huge, guys. Huge. Yeah, we're going to get that right after resilient architecture because that is massive. I'm going to have so many people to go work on other things now. So that means things like our diner and our grocers and all of that, they don't even need people anymore working them. And they will always work at 100% performance. That's insane. In fact, I think we're going to do it ahead of the resilient architecture. Yeah, I think we are. And I just went ahead and bumped up the speed. And it looks like this thing's going again. And we are not making enough oxygen, but that's because it's nighttime and I have our oxygen turned off at night. So we are running on just stored oxygen, which we have 16 days worth of souls worth of stored oxygen. We have 5 to 7 souls worth of stored water. So that's great. Yes, we're low on food. We only have a few more souls. Okay. Okay. I may go ahead and talk to Brazil. Request basic food. Yep. And they don't have any food. They are out of food over there at Russia. Yeah, they're out of food, but I might be able to... Let's see, do I want polymers or concrete? I'm okay on concrete. Not great, but I'm okay. So I think I'm going to actually ask them for polymers. Okay. Yeah, heavy drone problem. That's fine. Eventually we'll get drone printing up and going. It looks like I've got 67 drones in and around here. Yeah. With 14 drone controllers. Yes, service bot is done. Okay, that's that outsourcing for you for the win, guys. So now, if we look, looks like we do have to do an upgrade for it, and it costs electronics. Okay. So the infirmary won't have that option because it said non-medical service building. So the grocer, the art store, the diner. Looks like the security post won't because it's not a service building. Okay, yeah, we're gonna kick it off on all of these, and we're about to have a bunch of people to go work, which is awesome. In fact, I'm going to upgrade both of these farms, and I'm going to set them to cover crops, followed by fruit trees, followed by corn, and we are going to open them up, and they're going to be non-specialist. This one is still going to require the specialists. So for the right now, they're... In fact, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and... I think I'll drop it down to just like 2 workers in each. And we'll go ahead and open them up. There we go. Open them up for 2 workers. As soon as these upgrades are done, which they are, yep, so none of those even need people anymore. That's crazy. That's really good. Really, really good. Okay. Looks like we are still a little bit short on some people. Okay, now how are we on renegades? We've still got 2 of them. How are we on seniors? We have 10 seniors, guys. All right, so this is something that I wanted to avoid, but I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid. So let's talk about seniors in this game. When a person becomes a senior, they can no longer work. They can no longer do anything that is productive to society in the game. Okay? This is, again, this is in the game. Not talking about out in the actual world. In the game, they do not do anything for the society. But they still eat food. So, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build another dome. We're going to, so one of my favorite YouTube creators is a guy by the name of Provis, and he actually is sponsored by Paradox Interactive to do videos on surviving Mars, and he always names his senior dome the farm. So we're gonna build the farm, and yeah, it's not gonna be a pleasant place, but it's necessary. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little micro dome right up here, and we'll go ahead and fast forward a little. We are gonna need, I believe, power going to it. We're not gonna hook it up to life support because, well, yeah, that's kind of the whole point. One of the things that we are gonna do as well is we're gonna use it for renegades, in addition to the seniors. So renegades will start to cause a lot of problems, and I can't actually command them to go places, but if I tell them that they're not allowed to live in these domes, but they are allowed to live in this dome, they will automatically go ahead and go over there. So, yeah. Okay, let's also check the underground. Anomaly analyzed. We've discovered the remains of an asteroid that hit the Martian surface millions of years ago. There wasn't much left, but we were able to extract some exotic minerals from the remains, a rare type of mineral normally not found on Earth or Mars. Awesome! So we've got some exotic minerals here. Okay, okay. That's pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and search around and find something else for this guy to do. Just gonna keep going this way. There we go. Scan that anomaly. Okay, and back up to the top. Domes without life support. Yeah, I'm aware. This dome's not gonna have life support, so it's gonna be turned off for a second. We're going to filter by traits, age group, seniors, yes, everybody else, no. And okay, colonists with any of the must include traits will prefer this dome or habitat. Yes. So seniors must be included into here. And apply and back. And if we go here to, I believe it's flaws. Yes, renegade. Must. And everybody else, no. Okay. And then if we go over to one of the other domes, we'll go to this one. Okay, we're going to say that seniors not allowed to move in here. And apply. And not quirks, it's flaws. Renegades not allowed to live in here. And the next dome. Renegades are not allowed to live in here. And seniors are not allowed to live in here. And okay. And then if I go ahead and turn this dome on, they'll all move in. If I build a residence in there, that might help. So we'll go ahead and put an apartment building right there so that they can move in. The underground. Okay, we discovered a deep pit that connects. Oh, look. Yeah, we'll research the elevator instead. So we found the other entrance to the underground. That's cool. Yes, I know the dome doesn't have life support. I am well aware. But that's quite all right. Now, I wonder what happens if I tell this that it's not allowed to store metals anymore.
Resources are low.
Low on food. Dehydration. My oh my. Yep, but I'm pretty sure the person dehydrated is living over in here. Because there's no water over here either. As you can see, they're suffocating. So if we go ahead and look at these colonists, looks like we've got a senior engineer, a senior scientist. Are any of these? Nope. A senior scientist, a senior geologist, a senior scientist, a senior with no specialization, a senior engineer, a senior engineer, a senior engineer, a middle-aged scientist who's a renegade, and a middle-aged specialist, or middle-aged no specialization, who is again a renegade. Yep. Okay. And that is all of them in there. Yep. Troubling. Oh, they're suffocating. What? No, you don't say. Now, looks like we are... they're going to get harvested this soul, so we are good on food there. We're going to get 125, which is awesome. Okay, we've got a couple of people working each of those. So building performance is 42 and 63 respectively. This one's 162. This is our main producer for now. What I'm having those other guys do is basically just keep the farm going. I'm having them get the soil quality up and keep it up so that when I bring in the next batch of people and I bring in four more botanists, they can instantly go to work, the botanists can, and make us all the food. So we are about to bring some people in. And yes, so it looks like we have 11 people over there. And judging by the fact that we have 9 seniors and 2 renegades, that would be 11 people. So that is how many people are over in the dome. Okay, good, good. Everything seems to be working exactly as planned. Yes, I know the dome doesn't have life support. That is... I'm well aware. Well aware. Also, let's see. I want... Yeah, that skin's fine. Okay, so now that I've said that metals aren't allowed there, there are no metals there, but what I want to know is it still sending the metals, or is it keeping the metals? So this is currently at 4 metals. This one here has just a couple of metals, so it's going to take a couple of them over there, I think. We'll see. It looks like this is still charging. Stored power 200, capacity 300. Yeah, okay. Starving colonists. Again, those are the ones in that dome that is not connected. Okay. 5 metals. We're gonna come back to this in a little bit and see if it's got metals. This is just part of me messing around and seeing how the trains work to see how we're going to use them in the future, basically. So it looks like our explorer's up there. Okay. All right. And a death in the colony. That's all right. That is quite all right. And it looks like we just had a massive amount of food come out of that. Oh, I don't want you to do cover crops. I want you to do corn now. Okay. So now it'll do corn. We've got 160 food. That's great. That is great. Okay. We have a food shortage. Well, do we though? Do we really? You know, I don't think we do. And make sure, yep, I don't have food allowed up there. Good, okay. So, like I said, the seniors and the renegades don't really help you at all. And instead, they basically steal all your food. So, I do have 4 people looking for jobs. Interesting. Okay, it looks like this is full. How are we doing down here? So what are we needing the most? We've got 4 polymers. It looks like we're 4 polymer production. Looks like we're using just under 2. Okay. We've got 6 machine part production. We're using just under 3. We've got 3 electronics production. We're using less than 1. So electronics we're totally fine on. Machine parts and polymers. I think I'm going to start by opening up a couple of more spots here in the polymer factory. Mission in jeopardy. The recent colonist deaths are a worrisome trend which cannot be ignored. While to Mars were aware of the many risks that would await them, the near criminal neglect from our side is something different. We cannot keep this information from the public, and opinions are swayed in the direction that our colony is a death trap. The troublesome rumors deter many valuable candidates from coming to the new frontier, and these are the people we desperately need to fulfill the great mission of colonizing Mars and bring our vision of the future closer. Each time a colonist dies from a non-natural death, 2 applicants leave the pool. That is all right. We had a bunch of applicants. We're only going to bring in a couple more ships at most. We're not going to use all of our applicants. So it's okay. We're fine. What is interesting, so you'll see this person here, I believe. Yeah, stressed out due to low sanity, which is weird because all of their sanity changes are positive. So don't know why their sanity. Their comfort is 93. The average comfort is only 66 in here. So I do want to get the comfort rating up higher for sure so that we can get more berths. 55 is the cutoff, but I do definitely want to get that higher. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up for another... I'm actually going to open it at night, since we have more people who aren't working at night. And if I then go ahead and look at this, it hasn't recalculated. We'll give it a day or so, and it'll recalculate. So one of the things I'm going to do... okay, so it looks like we're on to the water conservation system, which should mean that I can actually put the thing... Oh, here we go. Yeah, medical center... okay, perfect. Yes, Infirmary and Medical Center rejuvenation treatment. Improves service comfort and provides relaxation, allowing colonists to visit and gain comfort. That's really good. The Megadome's okay. Building construction costs in metals and concrete reduced. Yes, please. Yes. Okay, so... let's go ahead and let's also get STEM reconstruction. Do we have the money? We've got another billion. We're going to outsource again. Okay. Hanging gardens eventually. Okay, I want to get the medical center. I want to get the upgraded berths. I'm also going to get the rejuvenation treatment next. Okay, there we go. So... one of the things I want to do, now I can put, if I go to spires, so spires are special buildings that don't actually take up any ground space in the domes. They take up this middle spot. So things like the microdome, you can't even use them. So this one is the water reclamation system, and it is really good for domes that use a lot of water. For instance, this dome alone is using 8.1 water. Which is a lot. So we're going to go ahead and put this in there. To put that in perspective, this dome here is only using 1 water, and it's the one that everybody lives in. It's because this is the farming dome. This dome over here is obviously using no water. Well, technically it would need half of 1, but yeah. Water production is 9. Yeah. So we're actually starting to run out a little bit now that I put those farms in. But that's okay. This, plus the next tech that we're about to research, should fix that. Because that next tech means that domes use half, 50% less water, which is awesome. That plus this means we're going to use very little water, and we're going to be good. So it is daytime, and we are discharging power. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend some polymers. We're going to upgrade these. Yep. And I never did research that breakthrough, did I? That gives me increased power production. I don't know how much increased. It would be interesting to know. Okay, okay. Yep, colonists starving. What building isn't working? That's not working because we don't have anybody working it. Okay, now we do. Yeah, recycles up to 70% of the water. I think I only need one person working at a time, and we should get a fairly good amount of water usage drop. So we already went from 8 to 5, and now we're going to cut it in half again. Yeah, this is not going to be an issue at all. I don't know what upgrading the capacity in this would do, because it's not a building that has a capacity. So, yeah, I don't know. Another death in the colony. Yeah. Okay, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get a passenger rocket coming to Earth. And I definitely want to make sure I've got 4 botanists at least. There's 1 botanist, 2, 3. Okay, filter, specialization. I've got geologist turned on, and I want botanist as well. And I also definitely want some engineers. Apply. Also, I definitely do not want the tourists. No, tourists, you can base your game around tourists. You get money for them coming, but you then have to send them back at a certain amount of time. You got to keep them happy and all this stuff. I'm not in it for the tourism on this playthrough. Maybe a future playthrough, but not this playthrough. So yes, we're going to do that. I also want to go to perks. Anybody who's sexy must be included. Absolutely. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 botanists. That's perfect. Launch. And that was 22 people. Looks like, yeah, I've got enough space for them. So what we'll do is when they get here, they're going to start working these farms, which are done with their cover crops. Good. We'll put 2 of them on one, 4 of them on the other. Or I might split it up 3 and 3. And, yeah, they're going to do good. So it looks like over here we've got 4 people now. Let's inspect the residents of the dome. Looks like we've got 2, 3. They're all seniors now. None of them are renegades, which should mean that we don't currently have any renegades. Let's take a look. Renegades, 0. All right. Awesome. No renegades. That's exactly what we were wanting. All right, guys. I do appreciate you sticking with me. I'm going to split this particular video into a couple of different ones. Well, 2 to be exact, because I recorded for like 1 hour and 45 minutes on this one. So, I really appreciate all your support and love on the first couple of videos. Please do hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content from me. I do have plans to continue this Surviving Mars series. Maybe even do a little bit more of the Fate series. Definitely. And maybe looking at a Minecraft series coming up. A modded Minecraft series specifically. And go ahead and check out what else I got left on the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Offensive Yak out.